So the minibike did 40.21 miles per hour with the governor linkage unhooked, or the governor linkage taken off, and just the throttle linkage hooked to the carburetor straight. So now, to see if it gains any more performance, I'm going to add maybe a little bit bigger jet to the carburetor, just to see if it'll help, because I added the cold air intake, or the performance intake, and the header pipe. So I might just go up maybe, I don't know, maybe from like a 55 to a 60 jet, just to see what happens. Let me pull this air filter off. Alrighty then. And put my custom-made throttle linkage on. Yeah, this is nice, man. This thing is easy to take apart. These engines are like super simple, which is nice. Man, these carbs literally take like, you can get the carb off this thing in like 2 minutes. Which is nice. Alrighty. Man, that was fast. That little carb. That thing is tiny. Alright, let's see if we can't screw this thing up. Let's pull the float off and see what kind of jet is in here. All right, so a point, let's see here, so a 0.5 millimeter, which is a 50 jet, fits in there really easy. And then a 0.6 does not. It's right between a 0.5 and a 0.6. So literally this is the next drill bit up, is a 0.6. So I'm going to drill it out to a 0.6 and see what happens. Hopefully it's not too rich. Hopefully. All right, there we go. Now we're at 0.6. It's a nice tight 0.6 too, tell you that. 0.6. Yep. All right. We'll see if a 0.6 is too big. So that's equivalent to like a, I think a 60 jet, or somewhere right around there. Let me look. Yeah, so that'd be a 60 jet, because a 0.66 millimeter is a 66 jet. So this is a 0.6 millimeter. So this is a 60 jet now. And it was probably like a 55 or so. So like a ½ millimeter difference. I mean, you're getting down to small sizes now. But anyway, so there we go. So now it's drilled out to a 0.6, and we'll see what happens. Alright, pop the float back on this beast. Come on now. I know it used to fit. There we go. Alrighty, we'll see what a 0.6 or a 60 jet does in here. Make sure I got the gasket on there. The other gasket on. My sweet washers. Get on there. All right. The only thing about this thing is easy to work on. It takes a few minutes to change out a jet, which is nice. All right. Pop the fuel line back on. Not making a giant mess. Hook the throttle linkage back up. Alrighty then. Pop this baby back on here. Alrighty. Yep. We shall see if basically I think it was around 55 jet to 60. Throttle linkage hooked up. Well, that was a good sign. That's a good sign, at least it starts. So now I'll take it out and see what it does. Alrighty, 60 jet top speed run. Here we go. On this one, it did a 40.64 with the rejet. And before the jet, it did 40.21. So, I mean, it's maybe a speck better, but it's just pretty much the same. Alrighty, so the Coleman bike did a 40.64 after the rejet, or it did 40.64 miles per hour after the rejet. So it's pretty much the same as before the jet, because it did 40.21 miles per hour. So I mean, it's pretty much identical. Maybe just a speck faster. But anyway, the main thing was the throttle linkage. That's what actually helped it achieve 40 miles an hour without cutting out. So anyway, yeah, that's definitely a good mod. Definitely will make the bike achieve 40 miles an hour.